أهلا بكل الذين ينضموا للاستماع إلى راديو بلدي أول راديو عربي أمريكي ويعنى بقضايا العرب في المهجر. برامجنا في راديو بلدي كل يوم جمعة من 8 وحتى 9 صباحا مع ليلى الحسيني في بث حي ومباشر عبر WNZK راديو 690 AM. صباح الخير بلدي، صباح الخير لكل مستمعينا.
Welcome to Radio Baladi, the first Arab, Middle Eastern and American simulcast radio show. Radio Baladi is broadcast every Friday morning on WNZK 690 AM from 8 until 9 Eastern Time on Good Morning Michigan with Layla Al-Husseini. Our call-in number 248-557-3300. And now, stay tuned for the best radio talk show on Arab and American issues with your host, Layla Al-Husseini.
Good morning and thank you for being with us. This is Khalil Hachem, editor of wnmichigan.com and host of the Local Connections on the Arab Radio, the best ethnic radio in North America. Today is Wednesday, November 16th, and we are glad that you're with us. This show is brought to you in cooperation between wnmichigan.com and Arab Radio. The number here is 248-557-3300. Give us a call. Whether you have a comment in Arabic or in English, the number again is 248-557-3300. It's going to be another cold day. The temperature is hovering in the 30s. And later this afternoon, we could get some snow. It is fall, and it is like winter. And welcome to Michigan. As you well know, the election is about a week old, and in some areas, the ballots are still being counted. And but we have elected some great men and women that are going to Washington. And one of them is with us this morning, our loyal and great Congresswoman Debbie Dingell. Good morning, Miss Dingell.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Fine. How are you? And thank you so much for being with us.
It's great to be with you.
Absolutely. And how is the election?
Well, the election's over. And now we're rolling up our sleeves and we're getting to work. We've been in Washington all week. We've been meeting the new members of the next Congress, 4 new members from Michigan, lots of members from around the country, and quite frankly, it's kind of exciting, and we're starting to talk about our agendas and get ourselves ready.
Wonderful. What's on the agenda? I mean, we have several issues, as you stated before. We have immigration, we have healthcare, we have a lot of stuff. What else is on the agenda? So
I think that there sort of 2 different pots that we need to put this in. We've got to work together to protect the fundamental pillars of our Constitution: freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of press, and try to change the tone of what's happening in this country, which people are trying to divide with fear and hatred. But we also, the American people are tired of partisan bickering, and they want to see us get things done. So we have to fight against some of the negative things that are happening on immigration and bring accountability on what Saudi Arabia has done, and talk about many of those issues. But the number one issue that I think is on people's minds is health care. People being assured that pre-existing conditions, that you're not going to be denied insurance because of a pre-existing condition. People have escalating premium costs and higher deductibles, and their medicine's costing too much. So we've really that's got to be one of the very first things that we do. In Michigan, we certainly, Democrats, own fixing the blank roads, but we need to do it both in Michigan and at a national level, fix our broken infrastructure, and we've got to find a way that we're going to get a compromise, and it's not just going to be roads and bridges, but it's got to be protecting our electrical grid, making sure our water's cleaned up, ensuring that everybody has access to broadband. We're going to... What are the chances of working with the White House and the Republicans in the Senate? Well, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to keep doing it. And if you don't try, it isn't going to happen. And I think that senators are just... all of us. I don't think it's a Republican or a Democratic issue. When you're out there you're hearing from people. They're scared. They need us to do something. I mean, I often say going to the doctor with John Dingell, which is a lot. I don't need to have a town meeting. Going to the doctor with John Dingell is having a town meeting. People are scared.
Absolutely. Yeah. How about on the immigration front? What are there any proposals?
Well, I think that we need comprehensive immigration reform. I think you'll see us try to do something on DACA early in the next year. I've heard senators, which is what Republican senators say, we need to try comprehensive immigration reform and look at the bill they did before. So, I don't know if in the next couple of weeks we're going to have a total chaos and the president's going to try to shut down the government over the wall, which I think is stupid and a symbol of division. But quite frankly, if we could get comprehensive immigration reform, if we could get DACA, I'd even compromise and do something stupid just to be able to start to do something.
What do you think? I mean, now that we have, this election was really unique. We have more women in Congress, and we have more minorities in Congress, which is really good representative of this country. What can we do to restore civility to public political discourse?
Well, it starts with every one of us. And, our democracy is representative of the people, and I think all of us have to take time to try to restore civility in our communities. I know that social media is a wonderful tool, and it connects us, but I also think it's given license to people to say anything they want, to bully, to say some terrible things. And I think we all have to work at trying to restore respect for each other, talking to each other, listening to each other. I frequently say God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We need to listen to each other more, compromise more, or understand. What we really need to do is to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes and just try to understand how they feel.
When we saw you last time at the store, and I told my son, I said, "Do you know who that is?" And I told him, and he was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I mean, you're a good friend of the people. You spend a lot of time in Michigan. What
home? I mean, I can't. Last vote today, I'm on that plane. I'm coming home. I've done my time.
What really keeps you up at night when it comes to Michigan? What are some of the main issues that really resonates with you?
I'm worried about health care, what I just talked to you about. I'm worried about our water. I'm worried about the environment. I'm worried about PFAS. I can't tell you how many seniors I meet that are worried about long-term care, if they can afford their medicine. I'm worried about the auto industry. It's still one of the backbones of our economy, and we want to keep our economy thriving. How do we pull us all together? There are a lot of issues that, I worry about the fear and hate that's dividing this country. I live in Dearborn. I love my community, but I worry at some of the targeting that's done. I have so many issues that keep me awake. It's one of the reasons I don't sleep a lot.
Are you glad you took over from John?
I'm Debbie Dingell, and I think I had my own career, had worked at General Motors as president of the GM Foundation for more than 3 decades. So I had a good teacher and a mentor, but I believe that I'm me. I'm not John Dingell, and I have to deliver for the people of my district in the way that I do. So it's an honor to be his wife, but I'm Debbie Dingell, and my job is to listen. And we have very different styles too, which
absolutely, yeah.
Which but I fight every day for the people of the 12th district.
I've known both of you for a long time, and it's really refreshing that although you're different, but you're on message, and that is really refreshing, and we hope that you continue. One last thing, it's still early. Do you think the Democrats really have the will to take on or work with the Republicans to really get things done this year?
We have to. If we don't deliver, the American people are going to say we're just like them. So we've got to deliver. So I'm always somebody, by the way, that's worked with everybody, and I'm going to keep working with everybody. So if you don't try, it doesn't happen. So that's who I am, and that's what I'm committed to.
Yeah, it is a huge responsibility. People elected you, And then if things don't work out, it's going to be a huge rebound, and hopefully we don't see that.
Correct. Very well said.
And you were recognized recently in Dearborn by the Islamic House of Wisdom, and I want to say congratulations for all you do. And what was the recognition for? I think it was for you and John as well.
And for John, for the work that we've done with the Arab American community. And we're very proud. They're our friends and our neighbors, and there has been targeting of this community, and I will always stand up for it.
Yeah. And we appreciate it. We appreciate everything you do for this community. Is there anything I haven't asked you that people need to know?
No, I think you've covered it. I'm coming home for Thanksgiving. I hope I'm going to see lots of people. I try to stay close and look forward to seeing everybody.
Do you have public hours where people can see you? Or
I always do. I will do. This next week is I'm going to be out and about. I'll be at Einstein's, etc. But we'll set up office hours in town halls like we always do as soon as we get the congressional schedule for next year.
Yeah. What's the best way to reach you?
And you can always call my office. My office number is 313-278-2936.
Well, thank you so much. We really want to thank you for being with us, for taking the time to be with us this morning.
Thanks so much. Have a good and happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
Thanks.
And John.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. With us, we want to thank Congresswoman Dingell for being with us this morning, and then we're also now joined by Senator Debbie Dingell. Good morning, Senator.
Well, good morning. It's wonderful to be with you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. I know you're very busy in Washington this week, but also we wanted to touch base with you and say congratulations. It was a great fight, and you prevailed, and just wanted to see if you'd like to say something to people who voted for you and to people you represent.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I'm so grateful for your confidence and support and the support of the whole community. We're proud to be endorsed by the Arab American News and proud to have so many people working actively with us. We understand what a critical election this was. I know you were just talking to my friend Debbie Dingell, and we are seeing changes in the U.S. House now that will allow us as citizens to be able to hold this president accountable for unconstitutional efforts and hopefully also allow us to be able to move forward together to be able to get some things done across the aisle. You know, that's something I care about deeply, and I know we want to solve problems and get things done. But we also know we're at a time and place as a country where the very fabric of who we are is being challenged. And the bigotry and racism and so on is something that I am deeply concerned about, and I know the community is, and I think the election was a situation of saying, no, we're better than this. We need to be not only respecting each other, but holding up the wonderful diversity of our state, which is a tremendous strength for us, and stand together against people who just want to use fear to divide us. And so I'm very honored to have the opportunity now to suit up every week and go into D.C. I'm in D.C. today, about ready to get on a plane to come home. I come home every week, back and forth, and do that because my home is in Michigan.
Yeah, welcome home. Now that as you mentioned, the Democrats have retook the House and have retaken the House rather. How does that translate to you in the Senate, and how does that help you in working with the Republicans to really, get on the agenda?
Well, I think a couple of ways. First of all, I work across the aisle and look for ways to try to get things done all the time, even with all of the divisiveness. But now, I think a very strong message has been sent to not only the White House, but to Republican colleagues that citizens are very concerned and want us to be working together to hold people accountable when they are, in fact, violating the Constitution or are stepping out in a way using public assets for their own personal interests, doing things that really undermine our democracy. And so I'm hopeful that Republican colleagues that I work with will feel now that they can step out a little more. I wish they had before, but knowing that the House of Representatives will be holding hearings where appropriate and really creating accountability, and hopefully they will, more of them will choose to be a part of that. That's one of the things that I'm hopeful of. That, and we've already, interestingly, seen a little bit of that just in the last 24 hours, as the president has done something that either is not appropriate or unconstitutional, with the debates going on in terms of replacing the Attorney General with someone rather than the regular line of authority, which would be Rob Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General. He chose someone that's never been confirmed by the Senate, and there's real questions of whether or not that's constitutional. And we've had bipartisan legislation now for months to protect the Mueller investigation and the integrity of that so that they can be independent and come to their own conclusions. And finally, yesterday, the chairman of Judiciary Committee and possibly the incoming chairman both indicated that now maybe this was the time to pass this on the floor. And they really had been indicating they didn't think it was necessary before. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
What else is on the legislative agenda?
Well, for me, right this very moment, today and between now and the end of the year, I'm trying to finish negotiations on a 5-year farm bill, which is really our food policy, agriculture, water conservation, bioenergy, and all of the efforts that we use to support small towns all across Michigan as well as the country. And so we've got about 2 weeks before the end of the session, where if it doesn't get done, we'll have to start over again in January. So I'm working very hard to get that particular bill done. And then as we go into the new year, there are a number of things. I mean, I've been leading efforts to bring down the cost of prescription drugs, have worked with pharmacists and Dearborn around Michigan in efforts to make sure they can work with people and let them know the lowest price for medicine at the counter. But we need Medicare negotiating prescription drug prices to bring down costs. So a series of things on health care is on my agenda. And then truly we need to have a major investment working with our new governor to fix the roads and bridges and water and sewer systems. It creates millions of jobs, and we all know how outdated and really crumbling our infrastructure is. And I'm hopeful we may be able to get bipartisan support to be able to do something very significant in the new year.
Yeah. Were you surprised how close the election was?
Well, I think in Michigan, we're a very divided state right now. I do think that the president's rhetoric has had an impact of pitting people against each other, in which I'm concerned about long term. I mean, I feel very, very good about a good, solid win in my election and in others across the state. But I think we are so divided now that probably elections will be closer for a while until we sort through all of this hate rhetoric and divisiveness, and people can really get back to doing what we do in Michigan, which is we're traditionally a very independent group who wants to work together, wants to work across the aisle. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to see much more of that happening soon.
Is there anything I haven't asked you that people need to know?
Well, I just want one more time to say how grateful and honored I am to have the support of the community. There's so many issues and ways we work together every day, and I'm looking forward to continuing to do that. Very important, very, very important issues that affect us and our quality of life here in Michigan, as well as our country, as well as what's happening internationally. And so I value your views and input, and am grateful to have the opportunity to represent the community.
Well, we're honored that you represent us in Congress, in the Senate, and we thank you for your service. We thank you for taking the time to be with us this morning.
Thank you. Take care. Have a very blessed and happy Thanksgiving, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
If you have immigration questions dealing with wanting to visit the United States, wanting to work in the United States, wanting to study in the United States, or bringing your family to the United States, you need to contact Lagana and Associates Law Firm. Lagana and Associates Law Firm practice areas include family and business immigration and deportation. Dealing with cases overseas in the Arab region, for free consultation, please call their WhatsApp number at 001-617-283-1018. Lagana and Associates Law Firm offers experienced guidance that will help you with your legal needs as well as navigating the legal system successfully with confidence. Again, their number is 1-617-283-1018.
Life is a nonprofit charity that's provided humanitarian aid and development to people and communities for over 25 years, regardless of race, color, religion, or cultural background. When disaster occurs here or around the world, Life for Relief and Development rushes in to provide food, medical aid, and shelter to those in need. Please help improve these efforts. Make your tax-deductible donation to Life now at lifeusa.org or call 248-424-7493.
It's all in one grocery store, and that store is Zam Zam Fresh Foods Market. Zam Zam Fresh Foods Market offers fresh vegetables, halal meats, a great fresh bakery, as well as nuts and spices and much more. They also offer special deals every Wednesday, so don't forget to ask for your favorite foods, as shish kebabs are ready to go. So please stop by Zam Zam Fresh Foods Market at 24065 Orchard Lake Road in Farmington Hills. Their phone number is 248-476-0300. Again, that phone number is 248-476-0300, and they are open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Zam Zam Fresh Foods Market is your one-place stop for all your grocery shopping needs and your favorite foods.
When you're looking for the best in optical care, Dr. Imad Nakash is your doctor to see. With years of experience and thousands of successful procedures performed, you can trust your eyes to Dr. Imad Nakash. See Dr. Imad Nakash and his professional staff for your eye care needs. There's 2 locations to serve you. In Hazel Park, call 248-336-3937. 248-336-3937. In Rochester Hills, call 248-299-3937. That's 248-299-3937.
Welcome back, and thank you for being with us. This is Khalil Hachem with the Michigan.com and US Arab Radio. We've been talking to Congresswoman Debbie Dingell and Senator Debbie Stabenow on the aftermath of the election and the efforts to make some changes in Washington to restore civility to public discourse. We're going to continue the program and switch to a different topic. You know that fall is here, winter is here. Water intrusion on homes can be a huge issue, and water penetration. And with us this morning is Tom Rusco. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Khalil. How are you today?
Good. How are you? And thank you for being with us. Tom is with the House Home Inspection Services. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. My company is House Home Inspection Services. We've been in the Detroit market for, 20-some years. We're a multi-inspector home inspection service serving all of Southeast Michigan. And I just want to thank you to give me the opportunity again today to help your listeners with maybe some of their homeowner problems. So
we appreciate it. So we're focusing today on the water penetration. What is water penetration? What are we talking about?
Yeah, water penetration or water intrusion. It's a time of year we're getting a lot of rain, snow, ice, and then the snow melt when it hits in the fall or in the spring, I'm sorry. A lot of homes, especially the older ones, will have issues with water intrusion into the basement or the crawl spaces. That's predominantly what I was going to talk about today, how you can prevent the water intrusion into your basement or subgrade areas.
Wonderful. And how do you do that?
Well, a couple of things. First, there's several things that homeowners can do themselves that are simple, inexpensive, and easy to do, depending on the type of water intrusion you have. There are then, if that homeowner cannot do that, it's a bigger issue. Then again, you're talking about getting a waterproofer out or a handyman. There are several different things that we'll talk about here. First, how do you know whether you have water in your basement and where's it at? It's pretty simple. Look and see what you got. Find the moisture. Normally, homes have water intrusion coming in on one side or corner of the house. Normally, it's going to be our northwest side because that's where most of our weather comes from. So, predominantly what we're going to find is exterior issues that are going to cause the concern or cause the water intrusion into your basement, Khalil. First, gutters. We all have them normally. We normally don't take care of them very well. So first thing to do is look at, on the side of the house, say you have water intrusion on, check that side of the house. Are your gutters actually sloped properly? Gutters are supposed to be sloped 1 inch for every 3 foot of span. So you should be able to actually see a slope of your gutter running from one end to where the lower end, where the downspout is. You've got to have a slope to get the water out of the gutters. So check your gutters, make sure they're sloped properly. It's a visual inspection. The second thing is, on a rainy day, go out and see whether your gutters are draining because they may be blocked. A lot of homes, if you have trees around your house, there's a good possibility that your gutters are now blocked. And again, the rainwater won't run out. It's going to freeze.
Blocked means
that it get very heavy.
In the gutters, is that correct?
Pardon me?
You said the blocked means there are leaves in the gutter.
Yes, there are leaves in the gutter preventing the water to flow down to the downspout where it's going to discharge out from the house. So, gutter maintenance, one of the key things to keeping water from the edge of your foundation. That's the main thing we're trying to do, Khalil, is keep the water from ponding or sitting against the foundation of the home. Once it sits there, it will eventually seep down and it will find a way into the basement. So everything we're going to talk about today is keeping the water away from the foundation. And again, that should normally reduce most of the water intrusion into basements. So gutters being number one. Secondly is site grading. And by that I mean the dirt or slope against your foundation should, again, just like the gutters, be sloped away a negative grade of 1 inch for every 3 feet. So it's not a lot of slope that you have to have, but it is necessary. So walk around, your listeners, walk around the exterior of your home and just see, do you have any depressions next to your foundation? If you do, that's going to pond water, and that is going to be an area of concern.
Which means the sloping the dirt away from the home.
Correct. A negative slope away from the home. And once again, it doesn't have to be much, but any slope towards the house or depressions near the foundation is going to cause a concern. So correcting those, very simple. Bring in some dirt. Go to your local home improvement store, buy a few bags of dirt, put it in, and seed it. And you're done. It's very simple. Little extra elbow grease and effort, but again, inexpensive, easy to do. Now, if your home happens to have window wells, where you have a basement window that's below the grade of the ground, and there's a depression, and normally there's gravel or river rock in that depression to let the water drain, those are always an excellent entry point for water penetration. Making sure that the window wells drain, pour a couple of buckets of water on it, see if it ponds or whether it drains. The best thing to do, though, is if your listeners do not have it yet, is, again, go to your home improvement store and buy window well covers. They're clear plastic. You'll still get your daylight, and that will prohibit most of the rainwater from getting into those window wells. It's an inexpensive, simple fix, just like the dirt. Okay.
Yeah. We got a minute left. So what else can we let them know about penetration?
Then the other thing is, if you have high humidity in your basement and it's damp all the time, go ahead and install a dehumidifier. A very simple thing to do as well. A little more costly, going to be a few $100, but again, that will keep your basements dry. If none of these solutions, the simple ones, the gutters, the dirt, the window well covers don't work, you may be looking at having to install a French drain around the house, which is going to be a drain system of tiles around the house to direct the water flow away. Those are going to be expensive. You're talking thousands of dollars at that time. If your gutters are not pitched properly, I'd recommend having a gutter company come in and repitching those, and that could be a few, thousands of dollars too, depending on how bad the wood that they attach to are on. And then a couple other simple things for our clients to do. Make sure that if you do have downspouts, that they have splash blocks on the end of them. That'll direct the water, again, away from the foundation. And again, very simple to do at that point as well.
Wonderful. Tom, can't thank you enough. We really appreciate you taking the time. If somebody needs to get in touch with you, what's the number?
Our number here at House to Home Inspections is 888-848-0202, and our website is www.housetohomeinspections.com, and the 2 is the number 2, so house, number 2, homeinspections.com.
Once again, thank you so much. Really appreciate you taking the time to share these valuable tips with us.
You're welcome, Khalil. You and your listeners have a wonderful day and a great Thanksgiving, okay?
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned.
Kushat's Mediterranean Market and Shish Kebab offers a great array of your favorite Mediterranean meals. Meals range from lamb specialties, shawarma sandwiches, seafood dinners, and they offer special big trays of your favorite food, plus much more. Kushat's Mediterranean Market and Shish Kebab address is 32839 Northwestern Highway in Farmington Hills. Their phone number is 248-538-9552. That number again is 248-538-9552, and the supermarket is open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Kushat's Mediterranean Market and Shish Kebab will definitely leave you satisfied.
The Rama Relief Foundation provides humanitarian aid into areas inside of war-torn Syria, as well as aid to the refugees who have fled to the neighboring countries in the Middle East. The foundation offers food baskets, container shipment, mental health, education, soup kitchens, and more. Go to ramarelief.org or call 248-990-4247. Any donation amount made to Rama will go to sustaining many lives. Call now, 248-990-4247.
Are you going to start a restaurant or a grocery store soon? Do you need floor plans and designs? Call Naji Abood at 734-744-9796. Do you want to buy kitchen and restaurant equipment at discount prices? Call Naji Abood now, 734-744-9796. New Concept Products and Design, the trademark of kitchen equipment. 5% discount on all purchases of $75,000 or more. New Concept Products and Design. New location, 31185 Schoolcraft in Livonia. Learn more at www.newconceptproducts.com. Call Naji Abood, 734-744-9796.
Ziyad brand. Quality products from our family to yours. Ziyad Brothers Importing offers the finest quality products, including brands like Sultan, Kraft, Nestle, Hook, Rico Picon, Donna, and many more. Ask your retailer to carry these fine products because you deserve the very best. For more information, visit our website at www.ziyad.com. That's www.ziyad.com. Ziyad, quality products from our family to yours.
Welcome back, and thank you for being with us this morning. And we're going to continue with the program. We're switching to a different topic now. We're going to be talking to
about finance. And with us this morning is Vaughn. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Khalil. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you taking the time this morning to be with us. Vaughn is with Wealth Strategies Financial Group. Tell us a little bit about you and your organization.
Khalil, we're located in Southfield, Michigan. We've got about 18 advisors in the office, and we help people protect their risk and get their financial futures in order so they can retire comfortably and sleep well at night.
This is how you take care of your money. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. What's new and exciting in the financial world?
Well, one of the things I wanted to touch on today, we're nearing the end of the year, and there's a few things I think your listeners should pay attention to as this year ends. And I'm going to jump right in on the last conversation with the water issues. I highly recommend that people check their insurance policies. And when we talk about risk, it's financial risk, and insurance is the best way to cover financial risk. When you mentioned about the water problem, one of the things I've seen a lot of insurance policies are water backup, and they're not insured properly. So if you do have that water leak, he was talking about thousands of dollars, in a lot of cases insurance policies will cover that. So I'd recommend your listeners to talk to your insurance agents and see what kind of water backup they have in their policy, understand how it covers any of those problems. Another one that they want to take a look at real strongly is an umbrella policy, which covers liability in case of lawsuits. Again, a good insurance agent can explain that to your clients. Another thing that they should do, I think, at this time of year is max out their 401k plans or their IRA limits, which are going to end at the end of the year. See where they're at on that, and make sure that they make their
how do we do that? We just ask to contribute more money, or how do we do that?
Well, there's a maximum that you can contribute. If you're under 50, you can contribute $5,500 a year on an individual retirement account, or in a 401k plan up to $18,500. If you're over 50, there's additional money you can put in there, $5,000 on the 401k, and an extra $1,000 on a personal. So again, you can talk to your place of work, whoever handles that 401k. Those people are pretty good. You can call them and see where you're at, and add to contributions there. Another thing I highly recommend is kind of do a family report card. Don't wait until January. You want to assess your current financial situation and review this past year. Did you meet the financial goals you set? Did you pay down the debt you had hoped to? Did you stay within budget? So you want to commit to those changes now, and don't wait until January. So when you go into January, you know exactly what you want to do. And one other thing, too, that I think is very important is your will and estate planning. Is it up to date? Do you have something? If you haven't reviewed it in 10 years, now's the time to revisit that. If you don't have a will or trust, then take the time to write out some simple instructions on how to assess your accounts and who gets what should something happen to you. That's better than having nothing and leaving a bunch of question marks out there for your family to determine where things are going to go.
These are great suggestions. Now, if I'm not working at a company or I'm not working with an employer, I'm self-employed, how do I deal with 401k? At this time,
if you're not working anywhere,
I have an IRA. Is that correct?
Right. What you would do? You would open up an IRA, an individual retirement account, and you'd be able to contribute $5,500 into that account. And if based upon your income earnings, you can use that money as a tax write-off against your income as well. If you make under $180,000, then you can use the $5,500 as a tax deduction. Put that into an account. It's like having your own personal 401k.
I see.
A good advisor.
And this money, for those who are not really familiar with it, this money is not taxed, is not taxable, and then it's there when we retire. Or is there like a cutoff year when we can access that money?
Basically, that money you can't access it till 59 and a half. Okay. And that's the goal with this money anyway. It's long-term money. You want to put it away for the future. Put it away. Don't worry about it. As a financial representative, we're going to go ahead and manage that money for you and make sure it's in a good spot. And again, that's where a good representative at this time can help you with your concerns over the volatility of the marketplace if you haven't noticed. There's a lot of that going on right now.
You know, I see that on the commercials where someone calls someone and explains to them about their finances and all of that, and I see that very close relationship between that person and the client and the investor. Is that what you do? Something similar to that at your firm?
Yes, I do. You know, Khalil, what I do is I sit down with my clients and I'll ask them a lot of questions on their goals and their dreams and their retirement plans and where they'd like to be. And what we'll do based on their answers is we're going to put something together for them to help them achieve those goals. We're going to communicate with them as much as they want. If they want to do it 4 times a year, twice a year, once a year. But I like to basically start with the risk, make sure that there's proper insurance in place should something catastrophic happen in their life, and make sure that's covered first so that their loved ones that are left behind are in a good spot. And again, as I mentioned earlier in our conversation, insurance is the most inexpensive way to cover financial risk. So then we create a long-term relationship. Again, in our office, we do a lot of different things for our clients. We'll have webinars on long-term care, on Social Security. These are 2 things that are really on the mind of a lot of my clients at this point. How does that work? How do I get it? And so we're going to explain it in a way that's easy for them to understand so they can make a sound decision.
Is there anything I haven't asked you, Ron, that people need to know this morning?
Well, you know, on a personal side, I want to mention that it's like get rid of non-A players in your life. You know, stop associating with those who try to get you down. Wish them all the best and bid them farewell. There's no changing the minds of pessimistic people who feel the world owes them something. So hang around positive people. And Khalil, that's what I like about you. You're very positive. The things that you offer your listeners is just awesome. I listen to the things that you're providing your clients. That's all positive stuff. And absolutely. I think positive things in people's life add to good things in their life as well.
You know, you get back from life what you put in, and if you put in positive things, you're going to get positive things. You put in negative things, you're going to get negative things. And life is too short to be negative, you know. Just move on.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Ron. Once again, if somebody needs to reach you, what would be the number?
They can reach me at 248-202-6200, or go check out our website, www.wealthsfg, that's WEALTHSFG.com. We got a great website, and you can learn a lot more about us through that website. But I'm grateful that I have this opportunity to talk to your listeners. I thank you so much.
We appreciate you taking the time to be with us, and we thank you for your time and for your information. Thank you, Ron.
All right. I tried to squeeze a lot in a short window, so I hope they get some good information.
We appreciate it. You have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
تعرفوا شيء، احنا كتير بنهتم بالمقبلات بالأكل الشامي،
واحنا بنهتم بالبهارات والتسبيكة في الأكل المصري،
واحنا نهتم هواية باللحوم وجودتها بالأكل العراقي، واحنا في مطعم عشتار نهتم بيكم، اعتمدوا علينا أيا كان. نحن في عشتار نعرف أن لكل مذاق أسرار، فنحن نقدم أجود أنواع اللحوم من ملحمة عشتار الواقعة على 56865 راين رود.
عشتار، قصة حضارة ترويها لكم أطباقنا المميزة في كل زيارة.
تفضلوا بزيارتنا في 3625 East 15 Mile Road, Sterling Heights.
مطعم عشتار بإدارة فادي بهنام وعلي البغدادي. 586-698-2585 586-698-2585.
When it comes to reproductive medicine, IVF Michigan Fertility Centers are the recognized leaders. With locations in Bloomfield Hills and 5 other cities in Michigan and Ohio, IVF has experts in all aspects of the field. As a founding member of IVF Michigan Fertility Centers, Dr. Nicholas Shama is one of the leading reproductive endocrinologists in Michigan and Ohio. Dr. Shama has performed over 10,000 IVF cases and has helped thousands of couples fulfill their dreams of parenthood. American board certified in both obstetrics and gynecology and reproductive endocrinology and infertility, Dr. Nicholas Shama is a very caring, compassionate, expert physician that understands not only the medical but also the emotional toil of infertility on his patients. When it's time, Get personalized care from Dr. Nicholas Shama at IVF Michigan Fertility Centers in Michigan and Ohio. Call toll-free 855-952-9600. 855-952-9600. The Rama Relief Foundation provides humanitarian aid into areas inside of war-torn Syria, as well as aid to the refugees who have fled to the neighboring countries in the Middle East. The foundation offers food baskets, container shipment, mental health, education, soup kitchens, and more. Go to ramarelief.org or call 248-990-4247. Any donation amount made to Rama will go to sustaining many lives. Call now 248-990-4247.
Ziyad brand. Quality products from our family to yours. Ziyad Brothers Importing offers the finest quality products, including brands like Sultan, Kraft, Nestle, Hook, Rico Picon, Donna, and many more. Ask your retailer to carry these fine products because you deserve the very best. For more information, visit our website at www.ziyad.com. That's www.ziyad.com. Ziyad, quality products from our family to yours.
Life is a nonprofit charity that's provided humanitarian aid and development to people and communities for over 25 years, regardless of race, color, religion, or cultural background. When disaster occurs here or around the world, Life for Relief and Development rushes in to provide food, medical aid, and shelter to those in need. Please help improve these efforts. Make your tax-deductible donation to Life now at lifeusa.org or call 248-424-7493.
Welcome back, and thank you for being with us. We've had a quite a bit of a busy hour this hour. We talked to Congresswoman Debbie Dingell earlier, and then Senator Debbie Stabenow from Michigan, and Tom Rusco from House to Home Inspections, talking about water penetration, water intrusion into your home, and talking to Vaughn, Ronald Vaughn from Financials in regard to, from Wealth Strategies Financial Group, talking about how to invest your money. And this is really a great topic. I'm going to say a few more things about it. But first, Jerry has been wonderfully waiting on the line, and I really appreciate that. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, my friend Khalil Hachem. You know, Khalil, in the past 50 minutes, you cover a lot of issues, a lot of topics. And congratulations, Khalil, you did an excellent job to bring U.S. Congresswoman Debbie Dingell. You brought U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow, and you brought the financial expert, Mr. Tom, and the other. Congratulations. This is what I call it, a real radio talk show that benefit all the viewers and all the listeners and all the Middle Eastern American community. Congratulations, Khalil. Khalil,
thank you. We appreciate you listening, Jerry.
Oh, you're welcome, Khalil. Any program.
You're one of our loyal listeners, and we appreciate that.
I appreciate, and we continue our loyalty. Khalil, my friend, my question to you is, our new governor-elect, Miss Gretchen Whitmer, she won to be a governor, and congratulations to her. And Khalil, we don't forget that the Middle Eastern American, they supported her, if not 100%, 90%. And I was surprised, Khalil, and I will take your comments. I was hoping that a new elect governor will pick up Dr. Abdulrahman Al-Sayyid to be lieutenant for her. And, you know, that will make a big support among our community for her. And we'll put Dr. Abdulrahman Al-Sayyid, who brought a big number, 33% of the general vote in Michigan. I mean, for the first time, a Middle Eastern person without politics background, he did excellent job. Now, Mr. Khalil, what do you think about the new governor-elect, Ms. Gretchen Whitmer? Do you think she's going to bring in her new cabinet in January some famous faces who they serve the community from Middle Eastern, like Dr. Muna Atisha, who blow the whistle on the Flint water crisis, and we do have more and more of Arab activities like Mr. Adel Muazzab, who ran for Dearborn education, and I know he didn't win, but he did his best. So what do you think, Mr. Khalil? I will leave the answer.
I hope she picks people that are really serving this community. I mean, she can pick me. I'll be happy to serve with her.
Khalil, you deserve it, and Layla deserve it.
I think these are tricky things. The fact that she did not pick Abdullah Sayyid to run with her, they do. When people running for office, they have certain calculations in totality that make sense, numbers and things like that. I don't think the issue is whether, Abdul Sayyid was Arab American or not. I think the issue is that she felt that she needed the African American vote because it's a lot bigger number than the Arab American vote. And a good number of Arab Americans vote Republican. They don't vote Democrats. Keep that in mind.
Yes,
a good number of the Chaldean community don't vote Democrat. They vote Republican.
Yes,
so, the calculation plus a good number of Arab Americans don't vote at all. So
Mr. Khalil, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're absolutely right. When a new governor-elect, Ms. Whitmer, when she pick up an African American as a lieutenant, you're right. Any person, they put the bet when they go to the racetrack, they put on the winning horse. Absolutely right. But did you remember, Mr. Khalil?
You got to get the numbers. What we need to do as Arab Americans, we need to stop thinking. Not every decision a politician makes is based on ethnicity and race and religion and all of that. And this is for us and against us. We need to really think about how can be more effective, how can build better coalitions to really affect, people who are running for office. And we haven't done a good job with that. I mean, we have a few people who are active, and now we're seeing few people being selected to do this and selected to do that because these are associated with certain individuals. We don't have a committee community-wide that can really advocate for people who are well-deserving of these jobs. We don't have that. We don't have Chaldeans and non-Chaldeans working together. We don't have Iraqis and Lebanese working together. We don't have Yemenis, and we don't have those coalitions.
Absolutely.
We need to take care of our own.
I couldn't agree more than that on you, Mr. Khalil, because I do remember in the last election, Layla, she opened, and Mr. Rayhanani opened the line for some people who they run for public office. And Mr. Khalil, I called a couple of those people. Nobody came to the show. I mean, the show, we didn't ask them to pay money just to come to the show to present themselves. And you're right, communication.
We need to do. We need to have. I mean, what do we have? We have like one or two individuals who take the front seat of talking to, a couple organizations and talking to those elected officials, and then they try to reap the benefit of bringing in people they can control and people that are their friends, and which is normal. I'm not saying, at least they're doing something. Other people are not doing anything. All they do is complain.
At least
to be effective in this atmosphere, what we need we need a good coalition. We need a good council.
Mr. Khalil, excuse me, I know you don't have too much time, but my last question to you, Mr. Khalil, should the Middle Eastern media do a little bit more in the new election? Do you think, I mean, with my respect to Layla and you and Rayhananiya, you guys are presented in the best way. But do you think the Arab media, American media, should do better in the next elections?
I think so too. But the problem is that funding. The community does not fund and does not have the sophistication to really fund and employ good local media. Politics are local. Middle Eastern media is busy with all the problems in the Middle East. Our media here locally needs to take the lead on covering these issues. The problem is that we don't get the funding. People don't support us. People want us to do all these different topics, but you know what? When it comes to advertisement, they don't want to support you. And this is something very important because advertisement is very important. And to you as a business, you don't lose money. It's passed through. It's business expense.
And absolutely.
Allow us to do more and explain more and do more show.
Mr. Khalil, we do have a lot of Middle Eastern American. They are millionaires, if not multi-millionaires, and you don't see none of them give some money to support the radio.
Yeah, and then we're divided. You know, we're divided.
We are divided.
We're very divided. You know, Yemenis and Lebanese and Americans and Iraqis, and then you have Chaldeans don't work with this, and Lebanese don't work with that, and so forth and so on. Anyway, we're almost out of time.
Khalil, thank you, and God bless you, and to you and to your family, to all the listeners.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you.
God bless you.
We appreciate it. We appreciate everyone who is listening. We appreciate everyone who was with us on the telephone and on the show today. We thank you. I just want to remind you to have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Enjoy that beautiful holiday. It's a great holiday, you and your family. And I want to also remind you that if you're still looking for homes, I'm in the real estate business. Whether you're buying and selling, give me a call, 313-819-0101. We can still make it before the end of the year. I promise you that if you're looking for that great home, or if you have a good property you want to sell and cash in before the end of the year, give me a call. Whether it is commercial or residential, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to work with you. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for being with us. Have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. Bye now.